Hello, this is Vulturefire, and this is actually a run that is already in progress. And so the reason that we are starting with a run that is already going is because this is a 5 idle run that is going fairly well, and I wanted to go ahead and record the last area of it. We are on patch 6223, and yes, I did say 5 idle run. If you are not aware, and this will be, depending on how things shake out, the first of my videos with the possibility of a 5 idle run. There is a secret method you can use to unlock the ability to you do 4 and 5 idle runs. It is not recommended that you do this. The pop-up warning says that there's no achievements, nothing special. You will only unlock additional pain and suffering. And that is largely the case, but I mean, I'm not going to do it. So I'm going to rest real quick. I'll probably just get more max health. Let me show you what deck we're working with. So one of the big notes is, actually before we get into the deck, in this 5 idle run, instead of there being 2 active idols per area, there are 3, which means that the end boss, 3 active idols instead of 2. And each of the mid bosses also has 3 instead of, normally in the 3 idle run, a mid boss would have 1 idol. So this is a substantial difficulty increase over that. Now, there's other things. One of them is that because we can have triple idle fights, we can have triple idle fights besides the boss fight. Like here we have a triple idle fight. And as you may be aware, in a single idle fight on the current patch, you get a removal. In a 2 idle fight, you get a removal and an upgrade. In a 3 idle fight, you get a removal and 2 upgrades. And I wanted to get into that before we get into our deck because we have quite a few upgraded cards. And that's a huge part of how 5 idle runs are possible, is that your plan is to snowball. You have some rough early fights and you're going to snowball the fact that you can see we have a bunch of upgrades. This isn't in a deck, but you'll notice I don't have Tweak. And the reason why is when you have this many upgraded cards, Tweak loses a lot of its value. So we are a very slow deck. Our win condition is Occult Ritual. Kind of. We also have Mystical Bloom. We just picked up a White Flame Breath at the end of Area 2. We have an Arcane Nova. We have a Sorcerous Secretion. This is still a beta patch where we don't have art for most of the whatever cards. Our 2 charred cards from the White Flame passive are Charred Hobble and Charred Focus. And the first question is, which path do we want to take? And so I'm kind of, right now, I am leaning towards going. So we're fighting Baelator and not Maw, which means the clear focuses become less important. Usually we have here a path where we could take 3 clear focuses potentially. But I would rather, generally speaking, I would rather hit the Vessels. I think that's an easier fight, especially with White Flame active. So I think I'm going to start with one of these 2 fights, and then we're going to go up. I think Hunt is usually going to be easier for us than. So the question is, do we want any of these cards? I might take another White Flame Shield. I think I already have 1. Because it's pretty okay. I might take a White Flame Surge. Neither of these is super valuable to us, but Persecute is pretty good for cleaning off all of the purity that Baelator starts with. And I would absolutely take a Dead of Night. So I think because of both of those, we're willing to take that. This fight could be a little rough. The Wildstorm weather plus idols can get pretty nasty. But hopefully we can figure out a way through. So you can already see here the sort of damage we're looking at coming in from one of these runs. Especially because in Hunt, they start with a bunch of powerful. I think we want to draw cards. I was hoping to find Tough, and we didn't get Tough, but is it worth cauterizing? I don't think so. But we were able to get this up to that. We have Shifting Feathers, so we get to free evade those. And then not a bad turn 1, although we did, of course, pop some of our resources there. Fortunately, turn 2, we are in less imminent danger. I do have to figure out, because we still have Opportunist up. We will have Opportunist up for basically the entire run, the entire fight, because this to work. So we're probably going to end up taking damage this turn. So it's just kind of a matter of mitigating the damage a little, of trying to avoid taking too much extra damage. All right, we don't have. I'm still used to permanent predator, but that's not. But this is not a cruelty fight, so there's not actually permanent predator. We can afford to take a little bit of damage. That's not too big a deal. All right, that's annoying. All right, there's a white flame shield. Gonna upgrade that. That's gonna be our finisher. We're not gonna play it just yet, though. This deck was having mana issues, and Pocket Shield was doing a lot of work, but the fun dance of Pocket Shield is that it gets weaker as your mana base gets stronger. But we can still get to it here. Although maybe we didn't necessarily want to play that. I'm gonna down my sound volume a little bit. It sounds a little bit loud in my headphones. So we have Iron Wall Ring, which is very good for us. We also have that, so if we end up without shield, we also produce damage, which helped last turn. But yeah, so sturdy generation is obviously kind of an important part of this. But also we're trying to stack White Flame, so we don't want to take too much damage while not shielded. Because, yeah. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so like this is a hand that's an example of like where I was saying like we kind of have some mana issues. Cleaning up the vulnerable sounds pretty useful. I think we do go ahead and play that, although I should have played it first. Fortress on this version, I believe that we were talking about it changing. Right now, Fortress is you gain 1 fixed shield per rank when the player plays a non-mana card. Which is why you'll notice I'm just acquiring shield as we go through this. Let's pop, I think some of your powerful off. Lifesteal isn't reduced in a turn. I wasn't actually. So lifesteal is a mechanic that I don't super have a handle on because it's new and it rarely matters that much. But basically means that X%, 10% per rank healing on hit. Okay, let's hobble. Let's cleanse off that, which will give them shield, but I think that should be fine. There's still opportunist up because it's just going to be opportunist up forever. I think it's actually time to go. Nope, they're hidden. We don't want to do that when they're hidden. I will White Flame Breath eventually. Right. This is actually a great turn to White Flame Breath because we get guaranteed crits on it. Let's tag you. And then this should be good. Hey. And this should actually get a skill. So the reason we have this card, where it went? Oh, it just now appeared. Calculated Deception may seem like an odd inclusion, but it's for getting rid of idle stones, which in this patch are not removed when they do their thing. So like I said, I will take a Dead Knight. Pretty happy with that. I don't think I have anything I want to cut. I think I'm good. The Brainstorm was like so-so because things with Opportunist it is bad against, but not everything has Opportunist all the time. And I do like having card draw, so. Yeah, this fight, like I said, could potentially be a problem. I'm going to tag you. So one of the notes with how White Flame works is that we end up taking a lot of White Flame damage from like Arcane Detonations because the Arcane Detonation itself does damage. On this patch, White Flame is 5% damage dealt in status per rank. It was originally got 5 times as much, but it was 1 each. But that made Arcane pretty useless against it because you can only remove 1 rank. Yeah, so like that was an example of where the weather event can cause problems. I need to play this out. I think we don't need the Spry Vigor this turn. Okay, we can draw this many cards at least. but now we can't afford to play the hobble, which is unfortunate. Question is, do we spread out this detonation to you? Oh, is that 13? That's 13. So yeah, we can go ahead and detonate both of them once. I think we do that. And we are going to take possibly some damage depending on how good our evasion luck is. Alright. We don't have any heal in the deck, although there are some idle cards that heal. I absolutely want to get some shield going. I think we play this. And we end the turn. Because we have a frenzy from the weather, which is kind of nice. One of the nice things about being a relatively low damage deck is that we can, a deck with relatively low number of actual damage sources, is that we can afford to stay in hidden for a while. Like, I could have calculated deception there, but that would have broken hidden, and I don't really think we needed to. So, we didn't need to not, but nothing happens. Alright, so yeah, there's one of our idle stones. Each idol has a separate idle stone. Alright, we're going to cleanse off some of the frail. There's just so much frail, though. I'll get rid of the last of it. Which means we can heal. We are fully cleansed, so we don't need to play that. I'm debating if I want to White Flame Breath. They have evasion. They don't want to White Flame Breath this turn. Go ahead and play that. But yeah, as you can see, not a quick deck, but it is fairly effective. Yeah, there's the fortress coming out, which is always annoying. But fortunately, I don't even know what the rest of that sentence is. Are we playing? Let me just pitch that. Let's see what's in here. It might be actually worth playing this out. All right, random targets. Nah, I think we kind of continue to, like, this is kind of the problem where it's like, we have one of these decks where we often can drop out of hidden, like we can afford to tank stuff. We have no reason to sometimes. All right, that needs to go. And then we need to detonate somebody a bunch. Let's detonate you. Yeah. And that looked more dangerous than it was because, of course, we had the ability to get hidden. Or we had the ability, we were shocked, and so once the shocks wore off, we were in less danger, although we are shocked again, which is not my favorite thing. So we are still hidden, but we are not lucky this turn. Yeah, like I said, I was a little worried about this fight, and it seems I was correct to be a little worried about this fight. Unfortunately, I believe that we should only have to deal with one of those summons. Okay, we can transform that. Although we do not want to leave hidden. Opportunist is still up. Oh, I should have upgraded that. I don't think it's upgraded. Oh no, I did finally upgrade it. We can't play that or we get attacked by you, which would be bad. All of this is going to get torn up by whatever. There's this whole dance. I can at least cleanse off all of my debuffs. This will do 123 damage. Now it'll do even more damage. And we can get back into hidden. Perfect. I think we apply weak. We do some damage. We get back into hidden. Hey. Yeah, I think we take Persecute. I think we upgrade. I mean, the thing is, like, the White Flame Breath will probably find an upgrade for eventually. I think I would rather upgrade either the Void Hardened Skin or the Persecute. Oh, the Persecute, I guess, doesn't do much. Or, how much does Dead Knight do for us? An extra turn of weak. That's pretty good. I do like Hobble getting cheaper. I don't really need the Hobble and the Dead of Night, but it's too late now. I think we're moving on. I don't think we want that necessarily. Well, it's probably better than this. We are absolutely going to rest again. No use taking risks going into this fight, because this fight could be dangerous. These guys do hit pretty hard, and they hit constantly. Let's do that. Other changes to this patch. Pocket Shield now currently does not increase the fatigue counter when you draw it, which is why I am fine with like doing this. However, it is still affected by fatigue. I didn't quite sequence that correctly. So we're not going to get that value. That's fine. Oh, Overheal is converted to shields. That's why that's happening. Yes, yes, you're all very pretty. It is pretty unfortunate that we can't afford to draw cards here. Well, if you draw cards, you do your thing, which makes you more dangerous next turn. Yeah, I think we just have to deal with the fact that we're going to eat damage here. Kind of why I rested, because this fight is a fight where everything attacks every turn, which is often a little bit of a problem. Fortunately, we are now safe to use this. I don't really want to play this yet, but I want to get to 0 for focus. Do I care? Maybe I don't care. We get 5 from that. That's actually fine. And we can pop you. We would kind of like an actual heal card, but I don't think at this point we're going to get one. Not a huge fan of the bleed, but that somewhat cancels out the bleed. Enemies are already weak. I already have whatever. So let me go and do that. I'd like to pitch all of this. I'd like to play that, but I can't. I can pitch all of this and draw into cleanse. But if I don't draw cleanse, then I do not want to pitch everything. Actually, I say that. I think I'm also fine pitching everything to get shield. And we save those. Reasonable luck on the evades. And then Hero's Frenzy turn, which is nice. We're just going to copy Arcane Silence because I'm very happy to play Arcane Silence a couple times. Although it's occurring to me that what I really need is shield, because we are going to have to deal with White Flame Explosions. Let's go ahead and upgrade that. And then we will, I guess, curse you up. Probably just focus on killing this one. Do this and then get back into hiding again. Do we need more shield? Probably not, and then you'll explode, which we kind of want. Okay. Let's pop you. Well, I mean, if we can just murder one, that's probably worth it. All right, there's a little bit of healing. More White Flame, which means we're now up to like 110% extra from that, plus 25%, 135, sorry, 35% from that. So we're like 145% extra status, which is what that's doing, 62. Alright, opportunity is up, so we do not want to hit fatigue. Alright. So Predator now also affects status. So we get 93 status against you. Looks like the base number here is 80% of 35, which is 28. But then we have such a huge modifier that we get to and this is going to do, yeah, that's also lethal. Tag you with that first, just make sure I'm not being blind and missing something that would be giving evasion. Okay, I would take a second pocket shield, but they're kind of broken right now. Don't work. I would I want another white flame shield more than I would like a white flame surge? I think so. I have some rerolls to burn here. Because stacking white flame is kind of a key part of our strategy. I think we don't have anything we really need to cut right now, so we're moving on. I shouldn't have taken this fight. I should just let them have it. Because this fight absolutely could ruin our day. Although this is a relatively good opening hand in that we have access to tough and weak and hidden. So we should actually be able to avoid taking any damage here, especially with the shifting feather they tried to steal from us. And I wouldn't actually hate having turn to gunk, so I guess I'm actually pretty happy this fight showed up. Okay. You guys are going to be annoying, but that's fine. I don't know why that... Oh. No, I have no clue why their damage number changed there. I'm going to have to watch the thing back, because I don't think I did anything there that should have affected their damage. Alright, and they are no longer predatorized. To go ahead and play this. I mean, I guess I probably should check to see what we were drawing. Just trying to get to like 18 growth, which we didn't get there anyway. But turn to gunk actually solves a couple problems for us. And this is our curse. That draws us. Okay. They are all pretty weak right now. This is not enough white flame. I probably do need to upgrade the white flame breath for reals, because I don't have the... I was thinking like I can upgrade it in the fight, but I don't actually have consistent ways to do that right now. We can get back into hidden, so let's go ahead and do that. I'm not gonna lie, white flame breath did more damage than I was expecting. I didn't really factor in the fact that we were hidden. This needs to get played. That's got retained, so we don't have to play it this turn. We can get now double damage. We got Nate's there. Oh, we could have played that. Whoops. think we actually ended up gaining health over the course of this fight, which is pretty good. Kind of what we would love to see, what we like to see. I keep like checking to make sure they don't have opportunists, but of course they can't get opportunists because this is not a idle fight. Alright, now let's just delete you. Which does technically mean that we don't get all of the whatchamacalls, the treasures we could have gotten, but I have been doing pretty good with keeping my deck small, and I have absolutely started falling down on the job on that. I need to get back to cutting cards. I just kind of hit a point where I liked my cards, and so I stopped cutting them. But anyway. See if we have to spend a reroll. We don't. Okay. And so after this, I don't know that I want to deal with we have to deal with snails either way. I don't know that I want to deal with cruel snails though. This is the big fight that I'm not sure whether or not I'm going to do, because it is a triple idle fight, so we get double upgrades. It could be dangerous, but it could be fine. I guess we'll see how many more rests we end up burning between here and there. I feel like the current timestamp of the video does a pretty good job of explaining why it is that, oh, what's that going to do? A little bit of health damage. Why it is that I opted not to, why I opted to record this video starting in Area 3, and I haven't been recording all along. Because yeah, it is, it's not a short, we're half an hour in, we are at the mid-boss. Two sinister whatevers that we need to turn to gunk. I think we upgrade that. We can't do that though because Opportunist is still up. But we also still have our evasion from the beginning. We get cleansed, nice. We get healing, nice. White flame, burn. Unfortunately, after we get cleansed, we then get bleeding and cursing. But that's what this card's for. So we can transform the Sinister Runestone, so we don't have to deal with that. Do we have more cleanse? Yes, okay, good. We do still have cleanse in our draw pile. Do we go and use this? I think we might have to. Go ahead and do that. Go ahead and just tag you for damage, because we aren't hidden, so there's no cost to doing that. Oh. Got both of the crits there. Alright, there fortunately is no room for the Void Stalker, which is useful for us, and we are going to also get to draw a Sanctuary here, which is also pretty good for us. That up. If we go and do this, may as well, I guess. Because it's a pretty good turn to be taking extra actions because of the arcane link on all the enemies. And then we can, I think, actually do that there. And then do I white flame shield, or do I think I just do that? And then we're building that one up so that we will be able to use this finisher eventually. We are probably going to get doomed here. Huh. You get dunked on, loser. Alright. Get more sturdy. Get more shield. Yeah. Kind of run the arcane plan because curse is just completely worthless into white flame. Not completely worthless, but substantially harder to make work. I think this is the most important one to play. Is there anything here that we want to get rid of? I'm okay with transforming that into gunk. But I think I'm probably just going to pitch it because I'm trying to get whatever it is out. I think that can go. I was hoping to find turn. Oh, I was hoping to find it, but I already played the turn gunk, which I shouldn't have done because what I was digging for was the thing to use with it. Anyway, I'm not very clever is the point. And then we could white flame shield. Or we could do this, or we could do this. This is quite a bit more detonation. If we do that, we want to get vulnerable out. Oh, we need to transform. That's the other thing. Or I get whatever. I'm just being dumb. Just ignore my brain. Just slowly rotting. Let's go do that. Unfortunately, oh, the runestone was even over here. Like we had no chance of drawing it. All right, we do now have 2 more runestones. Yeah, and our tool just immediately gets demolished. Play that out. Damage there is okay. If we're going to leave hidden, we may as well do it with this. Hooray for more white flame. Boo for more debuffs. So we have a chance of drawing into calculated deception. It's probably worth it. Ooh, right, that explodes us. That was not worth it. I just completely fucked up that one. Not only did we explode, which cost us, but exploding cost us our free frenzy stack we had gotten. And we didn't draw into what we wanted. And we got closer to getting doomed. But we do have Void Hardened Skin for this Doom turn, which is nice. There's turn to gunk, but not any of the things that we need to turn into gunk. I don't think we're using either of those this turn. I think we do probably want that though. Oh, but they have evasion, which is not my favoriteest thing. play some more cards out just to get bonus damage on Sorcerer Secretion. Doom goes off and we just don't care. Doom comes back on and we just don't care. This is a pretty rough combo. Hopefully we will find some cleanse this turn. That ridiculous just downswing in damage there. And I think we play... Oh, we're already hidden, but may as well do that. And then we're getting in turn. Love that cleanse. Don't like the bleed. I'm going to do this first because I'm hoping to get a sharpening stone. No dice. All right, in that case I will go ahead and... Let's see. It's 106 damage. Well, 166, that's just not enough damage. And it takes us out of hidden. Oh, I mean, nah, we can do better. We are at 32 times 5 is, let's see, 60 or 12 is 6 or 60. So we're at 160% damage from White Flame. Although we are now enfeebled, which means that all of our bonuses are halved. And once again, do not have a way to turn that, get rid of that. I think we copy this and then play it twice. Making the White Flame go away. I probably need to actually play that. Also, this has the benefit of taking away all of the fortress, so we don't stack even more shield. You know what? Sure, we'll do that. That was our last turn with guaranteed crits, so. Rude. And that's super rude. Although fortunately, because that does mean that we are now, and this is not the best turn to be doomed. It's not the best turn to see that either. Let's see what we get out of this. They do not have Opportunist. Unfortunately, we do not have Hidden. Is there a chance we draw the Sinister Runestone here? Alright, we can try the Sinister Runestone into Gunk. And get more shield. Every card we play gets us more shield, so. Which is relevant because we just got doomed. Alright, we have the Temporary Evasion. Right, of course. Alright, we have even more White Flame. Enemies are now hidden and opportunists. Unfortunately, they are also hidden, which means that we can attack them, but there's no guarantee that we will actually get the kill. We always kill one of them. Means we don't have to worry about getting doomed again. That's something. Alright. Here's the Frenzy again, along with the bonus draw 4. Not a huge fan of drawing all these shrivels, but We don't have enough mana to do both of these, but we've got to do that. Fortunately, we do get to keep that into our frenzy turn. Let's see. Get rid of that. Vulnerable. 215? Yeah, that's lethal. Got him. This one's okay, but not super useful. That's not that super useful. That's not useful. That one's pretty useful. Gamble we can't take. Corrupted Font we can. Debating if it's worth spending rerolls here. I think so. At least one. Just take another Mystical Bloom, I think. No, that doesn't. This is actually potentially useful. Is it better than what we have? Not a huge fan of the Lucky Die into all the Opportunist. I think that's probably better than that. I think we upgraded the other Mystical Bloom. And I should be removing things, but again, like, I just don't know what we cut. Because, like, we may not need that anymore, actually. Now that we have two of these, we probably don't need the Moonlit Reverie. So the question becomes, do we want to deal with cruelty for this fight? I think we assume that it'll be fine. The snail in particular obviously can be a problem if it decides to be a jerk. But we have this, which should help. So this turn we're counting on our evasion, decent amount. Alright. Rune stones. Do we need more? Do we do this turn? I think the answer is yes. I think we actually just get more hidden now. And then we just detonate you again. You're just the one who is stacking powerful over here. Although I probably should just focus on killing the hunter. Either the hunter or the whatever. Don't love that, but doesn't hurt us too bad. Kind of just want to dupe that and play it twice. So I'm going to. We can play that safely. But now we cannot play that. But so we could do this for damage, but I think we want to stay hidden. And the next one we may freeze this now. Unless we get a good amount of shield here. Because obviously we do not want to eat a bajillion snail damage. See if we get mana. We did. You do get to pretty heavily hit the snail's damage, but we have to play this. And then, yeah, I think we freeze the snail and just hope that we evade enough of these hits. Or we can evade none of them. Hey, we evaded exactly one. I'll take it. I'm just going to delete all of that. We're going to copy. I may have created a bug. Yeah, I cannot draw hand limit reach. Okay, so it didn't actually bug out. It did correctly handle the fact that I had done some shenanigans. Right, so the runestone is no longer a problem. Do we play this for damage? I think we probably do at this point. Especially because we have 2 of these in hand for next turn. You're weaker, so I think we focus on trying to kill you. Enfeebled and weak, that's very rude. So once we get enough sturdy, it completely cancels out frail, by the way, because frail sturdy is now 2% per rank, up to 50% at 25 ranks, which works out pretty great. Yeah, we're focusing you down. Although I also do still want to keep hitting these powerful stacks over here. Debating if I want to play. I guess we do that first. Get. I think this kills the middle one, maybe? Yep. Alright. Probably underrating White Flame Breath overall. Should we play it more often than I am? So we aren't tough right now, but we can fix that. We just pitch that. I don't see us turning anything to gunk this turn. Right. Should be okay. Should evade like one of these hits. That'll do. We would like cleanse if we can find it. We would also like cleanse even if we can't find it. We just won't have found it, so it won't matter that we wanted it. Okay, we're going to avoid playing too many cards, but I do want to get rid of that. And this is super worth doing, because that's going to... yeah, massively shut down the damage there. If we play this, we eat another explosion, which we do not want to do. Yeah, no, not with Arcane Weakness on us. We're just going to have to hope we evade. We did not. Okay, but we didn't take enough damage to lose health yet. We are already hidden. But we could get hidden again. Like so. And we hope we don't get the apply a bunch of Arcane to yourself card this turn. Nope, no luck. We at least have enough shields to tank the hit. Sure, heals pretty nice. Okay. So we can do... we're going to drop out of hit. So we're going to do this. And then we're going to do this, which will take away all of the frenzy and thus completely negate the threat. Get completely dumpstered, you big dummy. Don't need that. Maybe I could have done anything there. I mostly just wanted to get rid of the... I mostly just wanted to heal as much as I could. Alright, that ended up going fairly well. Commanding Spirit's not bad. Kind of just went on a Cleansing Shield. And I think we can probably cut the Cauterize, maybe. I don't know, there's just so many turns where we're like, we start the turn and the thing we want most is is the ability to cleanse. I think Pursuit could probably go. I don't think I've been super impressed with it. Go here. This fight could be a problem, but hopefully not. This fight is both easier and harder than what we just got done doing. Let's see, go ahead and do that. And we do that. Gives us some sturdy. Alright, we aren't hidden, so we just have to eat all the hits. Evasion for everyone. Mostly just doing that for the tough. If we do this, it trips opportunist, so let's not do that. And then we're just gonna have to eat some damage. I think we're playing that with no white flame to start with, again to the evasion. Because I say that I think that I am not playing it enough, but that doesn't mean I want to play it with completely no white flame. Ooh. That's pretty good. Slightly awkward turn. Probably should have done this first. Awkward to draw that. That was a mistake. Immediately take another turn. And then we will detonate you for value, and then into the turn while we are hidden. Play that first. Should play that first. Sequencing is hard. Let's blow you up. And end the turn. You're up to 50% extra damage. Don't love that you're here. I could copy this and play it twice. That seems maybe good. That may let us kill that. Getting rid of the weak on us helps. Yep. That went about as well as could be hoped. Everybody gets ambush and critical. I guess this would have been the better turn to do that, but we didn't know that was coming. Or I guess we could have known if I was, you know, the sort of person who paid attention. But I'm not. I think we are fine here to take critical damage potentially. And we just don't take it. It's that easy. Alright. Get that mana. Let me, I think, cleansing shield. Let me just turn that to gunk. I think we are playing things out. We get guaranteed crits on all these hits, so let's go ahead and just do things. And now, you're rude, but hey, we successfully rolled a 50% chance to get the kill. I don't think we need any of this. Well, into Bay later, this is less important, but it is still a bunch of shield. If we take that, I think we can get the Cauterize. And yeah, this will give us 2 upgrades, which is totally worth it. It might give us 3, because we also get an elite reward. And it'll also give us a Dig Through Muck, and I love me some Dig Through Muck. It is one of my favorite cards. Alright, we'll do this, which will blow us up again. Totally worth it. And we have that evasion, which is part of the reason I'm fine with making risky plays. Go ahead and target that there. And the main reason, of course, that I was playing all those cards was that we could get a whole lot of just immediate growth up. So we're now getting 7 mana next turn, which is pretty good. Hey, we dealt damage with Burn. No room for the Void Stalker. This is where things could get rough, especially with that hand. So we can't cleanse off all of whatever. I think we go ahead and get this out of the hand. So the dangerous thing here is this could trip Opportunist if we get unlucky and we draw enough cards. And of course we did. But I think we needed to do that. And now we can actually do this safely because we've already tripped Opportunist. And we can get rid of that. But we are not hidden, which is unfortunate. I think we may freeze out you, which make our life a little bit easier. Yes, we would have saved more damage if we had dealt with the back one, but it was also giving us treasures. And we can afford to take a little bit of damage here because this is, we do have rests left, and this is one of the final fights. Sorry about that. Let's see. A lot of what we have left in our deck is mana. I'm trying to think how the best way to sequence this. Okay. I want to just check to see if we were getting mana, make sure. Right, yeah, no, there's not another runestone there. And we do get to get hidden now. And we don't need to play that, so I think we don't yet. I'm not a huge fan of these debuffs. Fortunately, we do get to cleanse off a lot of our problems. Unfortunately, we don't get to cleanse off all of our problems. But we do get to freeze all our problems this turn, which I mean, not all of our problems. Most of our problems. So we can detonate you a couple times, which will massively reduce the amount of danger posed. Just go ahead and do that. Kind of just need to get rid of all these treasures. And this last one we can play without blowing ourselves up. Alright, we cleanse, we heal, that's pretty good. We get Frenzy. And they get crystallized. I mean, we also get crystallized, but go and do that. We're probably going to White Flame Breath in our bonus turn. That's my plan. Not really a point in playing this. I do like the idea of popping off some of the buffs that you have. We go immediately into our Frenzy turn, where we can continue blowing things up. We don't actually want those treasures. Okay. Get rid of that. Oh, I should have done that first. All right. This will not be lethal, but gets us very close. Unfortunately, this trick is going to heal out of, oh no, the Frail. Nice. I thought that we were not quite going to get that kill. And now the Sinister Runestones show up, and we are guaranteed to draw them because, yeah. Alright. Rude. Very rude. Should probably just save that for another turn. Alright, get some detonations off, which will clean off a lot of our problems. We do not really want all of these treasures. I think it's creating extra treasures because of the 60% bonus to all of its effects. But yeah, we have not as many treasures actually there as I was worried we might. Okay. The 8 Fortress is obviously a little bit annoying. That costs us, playing these costs us whatever, so we don't want to do it. Okay. We're getting a bunch of junk. We cleanse off some of it. Should have done that first. Appreciated Opportunist is up. Wanted to get that off and this, but I can't get off both, unfortunately, it looks like. Aha! The haha there was because of how things were lined up. I knew that we couldn't get hit by... We couldn't draw 2 cards unless we couldn't accidentally trap whatever. You know what? Sure. So many treasures. How many treasures are in the... 1, 2, so there's 12, so that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 treasures. I cannot hold all these treasures. That's pretty good. And that was with enfeebled and weak. Fortunately, we now have to end the turn. Oof. And then we explode, but this hurts. There's not a ton we could do. It was all going so well. Fortunately, the Opportunist is now gone. Just trying to get these freaking treasures out. I do not want them. Alright, this will be... Oh, nope, it's not quite lethal. Should check the numbers. Right. No luck on those evades. And the prediction lied because I had whatever applied to us first. I'm just really not paying attention to the fact that some of those say that they give us fatigue. There we go. Okay. That's okay, but not amazing. That's, I guess, fine. I think we're still taking dig. Well, I mean, when Opportunist isn't uptake is fine. When Opportunist is uptake is bad. This lets us hold a cleanse, which I think is worth it. I gives us more tough, but I don't know if that matters. I think we want that. I think we definitely want that. And I think the double cleanse on everything is good. That goes to 0 cost, though. I think having a retained 0 cost cleanse is very good as well. I just don't know about this brainstorm. Like, it's our only card draw, but it's just so awkward to draw sometimes. Do we need the cleansing shield still when we have 2 upgraded cleansing shields? And I'm going to go with sure for now we do. Yeah, we have 8 rest, so we may as well use 1 here. Keep getting more max health because my biggest worry is just getting demolished in a single fight. Take you out of hidden. Do we need to freeze? I think we may as well, because it allows you to take a pretty substantial amount of damage. Yeah, that was worth it. See if it's like, ooh, we took more damage than I thought we were going to. I don't think we need that this turn. And we get to avoid getting debuffed here. Just rude. So I want to play. I want to get weak out. I also want to play that. But it looks like our best guess is to just turn that in just for the healing. Play that. And then we do not want to trip Opportunist. Dead of Night continues to be very good. The other recurring trope is, of course, one day is terrible at division. We probably don't want to play too many cards here. Nice. There's that. Go ahead and just get that out of hand. We can play this. All right. We can play that for damage. Does it kill? No. But no. That's unfortunate. I was hoping we could get a kill there. Did I get for getting impatient? Okay. So let's think. We need to do that to win off the evasion on the back. I guess we do probably want to do this. They're not weak right now. And this probably won't kill them is the problem. We can do that any turn though, so I guess we're just not going to bother yet. This should at least nearly wreck you, I guess. Not quite. Alright, we weren't hitting, there was no chance of us evading those. We can draw some cards without being in trouble. And we want to kill you for sure. For certain. See how much. Okay, we did not draw any mana. We did get that, but that doesn't really help. But we did get some shield that's free, which is nice. Absolutely no luck. I would prefer not to have taken serious damage, but we did at least solve our problem. And we still have a bunch of rests, so it's hardly the end of the world. Probably don't need any more tough. We are super tough. And this should kill you. The opportunist is no longer a part of this fight. And we can end hidden just for bonus value. Yes, yes, you're very cute. We are all unspeakably proud. That's lethal. I would like to draw more healing if I can get it. Is turn to gunk in this stack? Yes. In that case, I think it is worth drawing. Not that we need this heal. We have rests that we can burn after this fight, but yeah, 45 damage out of that because stacking so much white flame. The fact that this draws is sometimes the downside. I'll just take another white flame shield and then immediately cut it. I mean, it's still 18 shield. But I don't think I need it. We're just going to rest a bunch of times and try and mostly max out. Okay, going in with tough is very nice. And I would love to have just as much max HP as possible because this guy's going to hit like a truck. And we would like to have as much buffer as possible to avoid the dying when we get hit by the truck. That doesn't do really anything for us. We have rerolls. This is for cruelty, by the way. This actually potentially seems better than that. It's a bit of a risky trade-off. We may end up regretting that, but we have 250 health, so it'll be fine. We took 2 of these hits right off the bat, which is nice. Don't really love having both of those. Yeah. And unfortunately, there's not a whole ton we can do here. We're just going to have to eat damage. I may actually turn this into gunk. Actually, I could turn it into one of these. I'll draw us a card. I can't use that. I mean, I can use it to get more stuff, but... So we're going to take some damage here, but it doesn't actually break our recoverable, which is nice. This is also an amazing turn. Idle the Hunt here is actually kind of sometimes good for us, because like you see here, we are now evading, which is incredibly valuable. All right. Let's start working in through the various buff ranks that are here. Okay, yeah, so it's that card that's giving the fatigue. But this turn, the other nice thing about Baylator is Baylator takes turns off. Baylator believes in healthy work-life balance, unlike some of the other bosses, which means that during this fight, there will be turns where we just get to chill. I say playing an ice card. That wasn't intended to be a pun, it's just kind of a statement of how this fight goes, that we just have turns where we are not always, all the time, getting murdered. Which is very nice. Okay, we are going to explode here, which, rude. Might end up freezing this turn. Yeah, I think our best bet this turn is just to go ahead and use the Cryo Flask. Alright. Alright, Fiery Cleanse is unfortunately still in stasis, but kind of want to just dump a bunch of, what's the last card in the deck? Okay, Occult Ritual, I don't want to draw that yet. And probably leaving a little bit of mana left over, even if it means not dumping all of the weak on that I want to. Because I want to get Occult Ritual ticking. Alright, that's pretty nice. Do not love that part, but what are you going to do? We do get Fiery Cleanse here, which is very nice. That detonation didn't do as much as I was hoping. It didn't do nothing. Opportunity is offline, so we could safely draw a card this turn. Which might be what we end up doing. I'm trying to think. You have a lot of damage lined up here. Yeah, I think maybe go ahead and Curse Horseshoe. Unfortunate draw order there, but that's fine. More White Flame. You are very mighty. It is unlikely we can break through all of your mighty, but we're going to try. We do at least get to break through a bunch of other buffs, so... Alright, we get a ton of mana from detonations. I totally forgot that we had gotten that up. We got the whatever. Alright, we got plenty of shield there. Like, we could have full blocked that if we needed to. There's even more White Flame. Opportunist is up, and we'll do it for the next couple turns, which is also annoying. We can play this to transform something into gunk, but it will take us out of hidden, which we don't really want to do. But I suppose we may as well transform that. We probably should work on whittling this down, but you're hidden, and we really do not want to take critical hits from you. We baited one of those, and that's, you know, fine. Alright. These things are jerks, and we cannot even play them without tripping Opportunist. But this seems like an okay turn to do this. It'll at least kill you. And we've got the thing down to about half health. Sure. That heal 100. We managed to hit with the frail, which is nice. And honestly, 100 health isn't a huge deal to us at this point. Like, this fight is not going to be won or lost on that small of a margin, I think. that, but we have it. We can deal with that next turn, hopefully. And the white flame shield is nice. All right, there's one of the things we want to turn into gunk. Get gunked. Let's make sure we get that off. And we can get hidden so that we can hopefully avoid some of this healing. Or all of the healing and all of the damage. Sure, we'll take that. Yeah, this fight is so much easier than Ma is. Because, like, Ma throws so much trash at you. Like, we could probably deal with the curse, but we can't necessarily deal with the curse and the trash. And Ma having powerful stacked on it is so incredibly deadly. So yeah, overall, very happy to be fighting Vale later. This will take a little bit to resolve. And this got sped up recently, and it's still just not super quick. Yeah, this wasn't a flawless fight. We took some damage early on, but, you know, certainly, I'm not going to say that I'm unhappy with how this went. We are probably about to take some damage here. By probably, I mean, definitely. Which is the downside to leading hidden ever. Okay, this is an important turn to find things to do. Unfortunately, we are a bit lacking in things to do. We can only somewhat mitigate what's coming in here, and we can still get critical hit, which could be very brutal. Yeah, we got hit by 2 crits there. That's why, this is what I get for saying things were going well. We just, I say things are going well, and we immediately lose, 90 health. But, that's why I want all that extra health. And then we just win. So, goodbye. Could have been a lot worse. And there we go. Second. That. So yeah, it took us an hour and a half to get through just Area 3. But we did it. We somehow didn't end up with a weapon. But that's all 5, that's all 5 vitals. And yeah, technically you do get a lot of resources for doing that, but other than that, there's nothing special. It's absolutely, in terms of time investment and effort, it's way easier to get your resources some other way. But yeah, woo, that's a 5 vital run. I will see you next time. Toodle.